How to use Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall system to learn 10 moons of Jupiter by actually linking them in a story, because one of the easiest ways to remember boring lists of information is by creating a story, and as long as you just practice it from time to time, practice that story, it will stay in your memory forever. So this is how we're going to use a story to remember the 10 moons of Jupiter. I'll give you the clues I'm using, but obviously you can just pick something that's going to be relevant to you and likely to stay in your memory. So the first one we've got is Yo, and we're going to remember that because my dog's name is Yolo, so that's my IO. Now we start the story. Yolo is going through a red circle because that's going to remind us that we're actually learning the moons of Jupiter. So we go through the circle and he's wearing a headscarf around his head with the map of Europe on it. So that's bringing in Europa. He actually sees a bowl there which he thinks is water. He starts to drink it, but it turns out to be mead, which is old-fashioned medieval sort of alcohol. So he drinks that and he gets drunk, and as he gets drunk, the lead in my hand has become really, really heavy. That's going to remind me to remember the leader bit. With that, he suddenly bolts ahead of me and he climbs up some mountains, which is going to make me think of the Himalayas. So that's a Himalaya. And when we get to the top, there are all these bright fluorescent pink carps, koi carps, and they're playing harps. So that's going to lead us to the carpo bit and the harp. Now, Riola doesn't like the sound of these harps playing, so that's bringing the likey bit. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I remember the harpa-likey. So that's our carpo and harpa-likey. And it makes him vomit up a lot of kale, and that's going to bring kale into the list. And the kale starts to bury me right up to my head. I do these sort of graphics and images because it helps us stay in the memory better. And the last two items on the list then are the Callisto and ukulade, or ukulade, I don't know how you say it. But anyway, the Callisto I'm going to do with Yolo is trying to get my attention. He's calling me like that, but I can't hear him. So that's Callisto. So to get my attention, he grabs a ukulele and that brings in the ukulade. So that's how I remember the 10 moons of Jupiter. I'll go through them now again. So it's Yo, Europa, Ganymede, leader, Himalaya, carpo, harpa-likey. So I'm going to fingers kale, Callisto and ukulade. And that's how easy you can remember the 10 moons of Jupiter and lots of lists of boring information by using what is called SSL, which is story linking. You can find out more on how you use this method, as well as 2 other memory methods, in a book that I promote, which is called Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall System. I'll pop a link into the comments for you, but just want you to be mindful that if you click on my link, it's an affiliate link, so there is a chance I could receive a small commission for referring you. But I only ever refer products that I've actually used and I find useful myself, because I won't ever recommend anything else to anybody. So just click on my link if it interests you, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss more videos I make on how to learn boring lists of facts in a more fun way.